This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I want to start off giving infinite honors, glory, and prayers to the Most High and the Son, Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone, rule well, teaches his truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom and salutation to the Akim, pushing his word across the four winds of true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. I want to just get into a quick lesson out of Warren Ratazalo, as well as edifying it to the point. Just sitting around education, man. This word, the words of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah is our true education, man. Us being Israelites, man. This is our true education, man. Alright, which is something that, through the Spirit we follow, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. And we walk in the words of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, because this world, leads you down a path of destruction, by forcing into you, BS, dogmas, the dogmas of Esau, Edom, self-worship, feed the beast within, feed the flesh. That's not education, man, that's destruction. When you go into the word education, which we're going to get, it means to train up, to bring out. And what does this word do to us, man? It brings out what? The spirit of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man. The spirit the Lord has put within us, man. Which is after the image of Yahweh Shah, man, if we apply through faith, man. But not all Israelites are going to be educated. We got uneducated Israelites, that's willingly uneducated. Why? Because they refuse the reproof, the correction, the words of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, which are life, which are our education, man. Which brings out, the greatness that the Lord has bestowed within each brother, individual, man, that truly believe, man. Each brother have his own talents. Each brother has his own perspectives. But all our perspectives are like a kaleidoscope. It lines up, and points in the same direction toward the Spirit. We're all unique in our own way through the Spirit and power of Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. And through the Spirit, the Lord brings that out of us, man. To what? To constantly edify one another, to build. Because we're building towards what? The kingdom of heaven. We are, Lord willing, we of that elect number, starting our apostles, elders, and bishops on down towards younger brothers, the third temple, which is being built, man. We are those lively stones, man. Lord willing, again, say it most humbly, we believe that, man, because we're teaching his word in truth, faith, and sincerity, man. On camera, off camera, we apply. And we pray that the Lord keep that same spirit upon us, man. This is our education. Let's get something to back that real quick. We're going to get that word education. All right, this is our greatness. This is Deuteronomy 4 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahawah, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has the Most High so nigh unto them, as Yahawah, our power, is in all things that we call upon him? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?" It says, "Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligent, lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons." And that's the point, man. This is our education, man. This is our greatness, man. Being obedient to Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, serving Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Now let's get that word educate real quick. Got it right here on the online etymology. It reads, educate, bring up children, see, to train, see, bring up, rear, educate. All right, let's get it. It says, go down, bring out. All right, meaning provide schooling. All right, when you get into the book of Galatians, I believe it is, it goes into that, man. This is the law was our matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that real quick. Let me get it. Let me keep going though. It says more frequently to the mind. It says usually with reference to bodily nurture or support, more frequently to the mind. All right, and that's the point, man. It says to draw out or unfold the power of the mind. And what's that? Hey, our power resides in YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. All right, so this is our education, not this system called so-called education within these damn school buildings, which they use fear tactics to try and force the dogmas and whitewash you, okay, with Edomite supremacy, man. No, man, that leads you down a road of destruction. True education is not so-called black history, okay, which they teach in these schools and promote goddamn every February. That's death and destruction, man. That don't bring you closer to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. That don't draw out your greatness, which is believing and trusting in and being obedient to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. Okay? No, man. The true education, it comes from the... All right, Salakia, the video was cut off. But yeah, the true education comes from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay? Not what this world tries to force into you. Okay? And whitewash you with, man, with Edomite supremacy. All right, a so-called black history and black culture, man. That's death and destruction. Okay. All right, that's restraints to the spirit, man. Okay, which does what? Enables the flesh to act beastly, man. All right, as we see, goddamn 2/3 of our people do, man. Okay, so true education is from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, the scriptures. Okay. The Bible is the Israelites' true education, man, and only education, man. Okay, the words of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, which are our life, man. But again, we have to humble down as be reborn in the spirit as children, man, to be able to receive the education and instruction, man. All right, and put off the ways of this world, man, the dogmas of this world, the doctrines of this world, the rudiments of this world, man. Okay, the rudiments of Esau, Edom. Okay. Because what it leads to your destruction, man. All right. And YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI showed the greatest example of leadership, man. Okay, why? Because the Lord ain't forced through fear tactics. Okay, the words on his disciples, man. It was given to him. Okay, the Lord was comforting, man. Patient, long suffering. Okay, forbearing, merciful. Okay, but see, this world, the so-called leadership of this world, okay, and what it means to be a leader in this world, it comes with what? Pressuring someone, okay, through fear tactics. No, man, that's poor leadership, man, and that's gonna do nothing but lead you down to destruction, man. Okay, true leadership, man, you just learn, it's through the spirit you follow. All right, and that's what we do through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. We follow the Lord, man. We heard this word. It wasn't no pressure. Our apostles ain't, I'll kick your ass. No, man, it wasn't no pressure. It was a conviction through the spirit. Okay, then we heard this word that we have to follow, man. Hey, this is what we have to do. This is my calling. Okay, and hey, through conviction, man, we followed after YAHAWASHI, man, because we knew this was the right way. This was the only way, man. This is our calling, man. Okay, but let's get it. This is Matthew 18:1-4 through the NIV. It reads, at that time the disciples came to YAHAWASHI and asked, who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? He called a little child to him and placed the child among them and he said, truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven, man. This world feeds pride. Pride is not associated with being a child. Children are not proud, man, or prideful, man. Okay, raised and trained up the right way, children are loving, forbearing. All right, forgive one another. Okay, a child, you brothers that have children, your child, when you teach your child something, what they do, they rather to go teach their siblings, man, or teach their friends, man. Okay, children get into it, arguments or whatever, fight, man, that shit, 10 seconds later after they're done, they back friends, man. That's how we ought to be, man. Children are sponges, they absorb, okay? And that's how we ought to be. That's how we ought to be amongst one another, edifying, building up one another through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, man. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. Okay, being as humble children, man. Okay, children know right from wrong. All right, but hey, and the Lord is training us up, man, to what? To lean and move in the spirit, man. All right, the world teaches you what, man? To do what you feel. All right, do what you think. Well, the scriptures tell us how the mind is desperately wicked. Okay, it's desperately wicked, man. All right, so if the people of this world, the so-called leaders of this world, so-called education system, okay, if this world tell you do what you feel, or say what you think, or do what you think, it's telling you these things, man. They're telling you to be wicked. That's what this world promotes: wickedness, death, and destruction. All right, and we understand, man. We can't go with all what we feel and what we think all the damn time, man. If it don't line up with YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, with the scriptures, hey, then you shun that shit, man. All right, because we see how 2/3 of our people, we see how the world, how they get caught up in their feelings and what they feel and what they think and what path and what road it leads them down and then let them down, man. And that's death and destruction, a crash out route, man. All right, it reads. It says, therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child, humble, humility, okay, being able to be taught, okay, is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, showing the qualities of a child, man, which not saying you be childish, okay, but no, the qualities of a child is pure, man. Understanding, loving, caring, okay, the fruits of the spirit, man. All right, you know, we have children. We see how our children act. They, you know, they bump heads. They get into it. You have multiple children in the household. You know, but they have each other back no matter what. They're loving. They forgive one another without question. All right, they get into it. They hug right afterwards. They back talking. All right, they teaching one another, man, what they learn, man. All right, they're complimenting one another with their different talents and skills that they have, man. That's how we have to be, man. The scriptures educate us on that, man. Okay, bring us back to how we supposed to be, man, as servants, sons of the Most High, man. Yasha Allah, man. The world does not do that, man. The world goddamn force feeds you goddamn niggerism. Okay, brainwashes you with white supremacy. All right. And leads you down the path of death. Okay? Let's get this real quick. Lord willing, this lesson edifying. This is Romans 15, 1-2. NIV. It reads, we who are strong ought to bear with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. Because this truth teaches us how to be selfless. One thing about a child, you know, a child is selfish, man. Selfless, man. A child is willing to share what it has, man. Share its food, their food, their toys, man. Okay, their knowledge that they've learned, man. Okay, to help one another. Same with us, man. Okay, it says each of us should please our neighbors for their good, to build them up, man. All right, that's a part of to edify, man. It's to build up. Okay, to build up, train up, educate, to train up, to bring out, to bring up. Okay, and that's how we ought to be, man. All right, and this word teaches us how to be that, man. All right, now let's get that word edify. It says to build up, construct, to build up morally, or in faith. And is this not our education and edification, man? This word, man. Man. All right, and what are we not building up through the spirit and power, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, starting our apostles, elders, and bishops? Okay, on down, man. Are we not building up the third temple right before these people's eyes, man? Us being the lively stones, Lord willing, we of that elect, man. Okay. Is not the house of David being constructed right before their eyes, man? Okay. And it's all due and thanks to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, the spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay, these scriptures, man. Okay, which are what? Life in our spirit, man. Which quickened us, woke us up from this dead state of so-called living, man. All right, and had us to vomit up the bullshit that this world tried to force feed us with, man. Okay. Now let's get this Ephesians 4:29 NIV. It reads, do not let any unwholesome talk. You go into that word unwholesome, it goes into what? Not being moral. Okay, roughly paraphrasing it, not being moral. Okay, matter of fact, let's just get it. Let's look it up. We're gonna just look it up. It reads, not characterized by or conductive to health or moral well-being, unhealthy, improper. All right, and that's why conversation, okay, talk, it really shows forth what? Through your actions. If you're talking about something, most likely you're thinking about something, you're going to talk about it, and you're going to act it out. That's why we conduct ourselves according to the scriptures, man. Okay? We brothers don't be talking about no folly, no bullshit, man. Now, don't get me wrong, bro, we talk about boxing, different sports, different things, anime, different music that we into, brothers into, paintings and things of that nature, different sports, but we don't mix that with the scriptures, man. Meaning we don't teach that as doctrine, man. Okay, that's just a little side hobby, so to speak, man. Different things that ease the mind, man. Okay, but that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about teaching things that we are not to teach, man. Changing up the doctrine, saying the Lord's name don't matter. Okay, committing adultery, eating pork. Okay, being sodomized and shit, man. Okay, these things, no, that's that unwholesome talk, man. Which communication goes into conduct as well, man. Let's get it. Do not let any unwholesome talk, communication, conduct come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen, man. So it's all about edification. It comes from the words of YAHAWASHI. All right. We show our faith by our works. Okay. Where your heart is, where your treasure is, that's where your heart ought to be, man. Our talks and communication is in the heavens, man, because that's the things we talk about. Okay. The kingdom, living forever, getting those new bodies, pleasing YAHAWASHI, being as YAHAWASHI, man. Okay. Getting chariots. Okay, putting these heathens in subjection, man. Running the world in righteousness, man. These things, man. Okay, helping one another, man. Edifying one another, man. Okay, these are the things, cleaning up the earth. All right, these are the things we conversate about, man. Okay, how different testimonies that we have of conquering and fighting different demons that we deal with, man. These are the conversations that we have, man. Not no bullshit, get them up, bang, bang, yum, yum, yum. That old bullshit that this world promotes by way of its media, man. Okay? That's not education, man. All right? That's unwholesome talk and communication. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. It says, NIV, it reads, therefore encourage one another. That's what we do. It says, and build each other up. See? Educate, train up. This is what we do. All right. It says, just as in fact you are doing. That's what we got to continue to do, man. Okay, starting our apostles, elders, and bishops on down to a younger brother. This is what the men of Great Millstone, the men that might not be named Great Millstone, but teach the same doctrine. Okay, this is what we do, man. We congregate, man. All right, when we fellowship. All right, this is what we do. We build one another up. And on our on our time when we're alone, we're steady building ourselves up. By way of what? Meditating on the scriptures, applying. On camera, off camera, around brothers, not around brothers. This is our life, man. This is our conduct. This is our true education. Okay, and your education, an educated person is shown by way of what? How they move, how they conduct themselves, their reasoning, their response, their temperance. Okay? We're going to end it with this. Lord, when this lesson was edifying. 1 Corinthians 14:26 NIV. What then shall we say, brothers and sisters? When you come together, each of you has a hymn or a word of instruction, a revelation, a tongue of an interpretation. Everything must be done so that the church may be built up. And that's what we do when we come together. It's always breaking bread, edifying one another, building one another up, encouraging one another. Okay? Using each one of us, each brother's strength, man. Okay, that's what we ought to do, man. This brother has a strength, this brother has a strength, that brother has a strength. We use it, man. Okay, not in the sense of the world as abusive. No, man, in the sense of, goddamn, to continue to keep the chain link strong, man. The scriptures talk about what? Iron sharpens iron, man. Okay? And that's what we do, man. Each brother has his own talents, and we use it, what? To form like the beloved brother in the camp, like I always say, form that Voltron. Okay. All right, that Megazord, man. Okay. You brothers, you know, same Power Rangers, man. When they all come together, what they form, that Power Ranger, man. I mean, not that Power Ranger, but that Megazord, man. All right, and that's what we do when we come together, man. Say when two or more gather in the name of the Lord, and He's in the midst thereof, man. He's stronger, man. You feel it, man. That solid, calm foundation, man. Okay, and each brother having his own, you know, perspective of things. Okay, each brother having his own spirit. Okay, but it's all in unison, man. You might have brothers that talk. Might have brothers that don't talk. More brothers that more energetic. More brothers, you know, different brothers that's laid back. But it all works together. All right, one brother might not watch anime, but this brother he watch anime. This brother he into sports. This brother into politics. This brother into music, the incense, the herbs, exercise, and all of it works together. Though we all learn and grow from one another, man. That is education. Okay, that is training. We being trained up, man. Being as the humble child, man. All right, and that's only found from the men of the Lord, man. All right, starting from our apostles, elders, bishops on down, a great millstone, man. All right, through the spirit and power, y'all, YAHAWASHI, y'all. With that, Lord, when this lesson was edifying and to the point, to